Go back. Yeah, just Bhavesh Sanghani from BRS Accounting. Just a big introduction to myself, background and interest, just to know me, not just a boring accountant. My work journey to setting up a company up 2 years ago. The services I provide and making tax digital, make you aware of that, and some of my nominations I went to at the end. Family, married to wife Tina, 2 kids, Amisha 20, Kushal's 18, and we've got 2 rabbits as well. Like that's just rabbits. Well, I was Asian origin, but I was born in Uganda. And in 72, when I was 6 years old, we were evicted by Idi Amin, and we settled in Leicester for the last 50 years. Interest. I traveled Chile, we love this. I love holidays. Before the kids came along, we went everywhere: Florida, Bali, Malaysia, California, all of Europe. After kids, sun holidays, local holidays. But we recently went to Florida. That was the main highlight. A few just before lockdown. And plan for this year, we're off to Egypt and doing a cruise of the Nile. So we're looking forward to that. Not only the whole holidays have been brilliant. To 2015, broke my leg within 3 days. Stuck in a hotel in hospital in Turkey for 2 weeks. Nightmare. Luckily, I had insurance, so it's all paid for. We love our concerts in our family, and as you can see, my son was a mad JLS fan, so we were around all other country watching JLS. But apart from that, we've seen quite a few concerts. And as I mentioned last time, I'm a mad Leicester City fan. Been a season ticket holder for years, supported them 42 years. Member of the Foxes Trust when it set up, when Liberty administration. Member of Foxes Racism, and obviously won the championship in 2015-16. Been in the local paper a couple of times when we lost my shares when the company administration in 2002. Now me, education-wise, O levels in basic school, O levels, then went to QE for A levels, went to Lancashire Polytechnic, University of Central Lancashire, or Preston Polytechnic, where I qualified I did my BA honours in accounting. Then went to Department University to do my ACCA. And after 5 years, I'm a fellowship of the ACCA as well. That's Chartered Certified Accountant, qualified. Jobs, various jobs throughout my history, mostly in the not-for-profit sector. So I started with PKF, which is the accountancy firm, worked for housing associations, majority times, and the Business Trust, which was a very interesting job I did for 5 years, being a regional manager, finance manager, and we helped set up 1,000 businesses in these Midlands, giving each business a loan and a grant. That was rewarding. I'd also assigned a mentor to them. Some temporary jobs I did with some local authorities, Nottingham Police, local authorities as well. Very mixture over years. And when it's lockdown time, and also, as I mentioned to Danielle today, we used to have a little franchise called Little Kickers. It's been my wife, right? And that was to help young kids from 2 to 5 having regular classes, playing sports and develop other skills as well, which was good fun and enjoyed it, and raised money for charity as well. And 2005, BRS Accounting Services was set up, and mainly because of the pandemic, I lost my job at Matilda Woods, and then the government announced all the structural measures, like furlough scheme, the grants, the loans, and trying to help support businesses. A few people asked me about help and support because of my not-for-profit background to get the grants and loans and support, which I helped to put a few clients up, and then decided to make it a business which I've grown strength to strength over the last few years, providing accounting services, with taxation, capital allowances, with other services, and charity. I enjoy doing charity work as well, so I help quite a few charities as well, try to help them as much as I can. I also set up the Ordinary Business Support Group, which is the area I live in, And we've got 110 members already in the WhatsApp group for that, which local business help each other. It's the first protocol. Member of the antibiotic group, advisor of QuickBooks, and also member of the FSP, which is a good organization to have, and get a lot of benefits from it, and I'll also volunteer for them as well. With accountancy, some tax saving schemes I can help you with. When you set up as a startup business, you have to decide whether you're going to be a limited company or a sole trader. And the thing is, the distinction is, limited company is separate entity to yourself, and the company will employ you, so they pay your salary, you work for them. And you've got more regulation with limited company. We have to file accounts, Companies House, as well as with HMRC. Sole trader, you just keeping basic bookkeeping, and that's it really, and file accounts on the self-assessment return every year. Things people tend to forget when they're claiming with accounts. Use of home, which started after the pandemic, you get £260 to claim every year, so make sure you do that. Travel, claim 45p a mile. Some people don't do that. Use your personal allowances. So even if you live in a company, the money's not there to take it out. Just pay yourself a salary of £10,000. Even if you don't pay, it goes to the director's loan account. You claim it later on. So make sure you benefit from that. Pensions, put some money into pensions schemes to reduce your tax liability. I think Martin will probably take you more about that than myself. And if you're a limited company, make sure you take your dividend, £3,000 before the 5th of April. That's if you made a profit. If you haven't, then you can't. But next year, after April, it goes to £1,000, and the following year goes to £500. So there's a cutback by the government. So make sure you make the most of that allowance when it's there. The people always ask about charitable donations. Yes, they can allow them for small charitable donations for allowable expenditure. And clothing and merchandise with your logo on it, and as can give us gifts as allowable expenditure, as long as you're marketing that product as using your logos. Just some general, any more help and support I can do, arrange a one-to-one and go further. Making tax digital. I can remember this was a hot topic just before Christmas, but luckily, some places the government have put it back on the back burner for 2 years now. But if you've got a turnover over 50k, self-employed or landlords, you'll have to do your tax returns online on a quarterly basis. And that's going to be done digitally through software like QuickBooks, Free Agent, Xero. So it's been put back to 26, but it's only 2 years away, but it still will be coming up soon. And if you go from 2027, turnover of 30,000, again, you have to do making tax digital. So be aware of that. That will come soon. Making tax digital is already happened with VAT returns, which somebody may have been doing already on a quarterly basis. Right. As I said before, I'm a member of the OB Business Support Group, which I set up as a WhatsApp. And just last week, I was nominated for a community champion. That's a really exciting news. So that's in the pipeline. And this group is set up just for people in business in the OB. We support each other. And if you're an entrepreneur living in OB as well, so everybody wants any work doing, they'll go to the group and find a local tradesperson, because hopefully they look after each other and make the community together as well. I'm also a volunteer for the Help to Grow government schemes as a mentor. So I help business. Well, we'll just go my first mentorship this last week as well, where we help businesses grow, support them, which I like to do with my clients as well. So I have regular meetings with them, talk to them, and not look at the past information, look forward with them and see how we can make it grow, look for ways of saving them tax is a main area as well. But there was some loan finance and grants, loans which are available, and we look at that to help and support them that way. Over the years, I've done various voluntary roles, which I love. Being a mentor for the Princess Trust, member of the Foxes Trust. So if it's supporting housing associations as well, when I was working for them, and being school governor for my schools kids. Famous personalities I've met over the years: Gary Lineker with my daughter there, which is only 2 on board, which is out 2. Princess Trust, King Charles there. I met him there. Harry Maguire and Matt Piper, which is a good for one of clients as well. So that's it, really. I mean, in a nutshell. Any questions?
How do you find time to do all that charity work? It's really good.
I enjoy it. It's just fun. I mean, in feel they're giving something back to the community, and that's what I feel, and that's that brings me joy, because I've never worked for big businesses in the first. I could have gone, but that's why I said the not-for-profit sector, and I'm trying to bring that into this by work now.
That's amazing. Well done. Yeah.
Amazing. Marv just pointed out to me that I was on mute when I spoke then. I did say, what an amazing background you've got there, Bal. Susie, you wanted to ask a question.
Yes, donations to charity being an expense, taxable expense. Is there a limit as to what, because I for some reason I got it in my head years ago, it used to be only up to 5% of your profit or something. Is there a limit? Or can you do however much you can?
It's always reasonable, but then they like people to do local charities, but it's allowable expenditure. I thought it was local, but this is never read up on it for somebody else. It can be any charitable donation, it's allowable. But the thing is, if you do it through a personal account, then if you're registered, or you have to be registered in the UK, the charity can get claim gift aid on that donation, so get claim 20% back from the government. So if you're UK registered resident, if you give a charity donation, so the charity can benefit extra by you making a personal donation. But from your point, if you do it from a business account, this reduces your tax liability.
Okay. And also, just a very other quick thing for any charities, don't forget they can also get up to 10 grand a month free Google ad spend as well. If you want to find out about it, speak to me.
Oh, well, yeah, good idea.